A relic of an age long past, from a much simpler time, is being retired. And I think the most surprising thing here is that it did not retire sooner. I actually didn't know. Okay, so yeah, back in like 2013, 3DS has been out for a year, and Nintendo collaborates with the Louvre museum in Paris, France, and they did this whole thing where like basically the official guide to the museum was done with a 3DS. Like people going to the museum would like get a pair of headphones and plug it into their 3DS, and Nintendo created special software literally just for looking at stuff in the Louvre. And I think you could just buy this software if you wanted to. I don't know if it was like easy to get or what. Could you just like get it on the eShop? I'm not sure. But yeah, just like a little interactive piece of software where you could look at the stuff. And I mean, it was pretty smart at the time. You know, you don't have to have a tour guide if you just have this little thing. Like, and you know, self-guided tours have been a thing for a while. You know, back in the day, you'd get like a little Walkman or something, and they'd be like, okay, hit play and then walk along as it like, you know, tells it to you. Or you just have to get an in-person tour guide to like bring you around. So the little 3DS thing is kind of genius. It's because you can just show off the art and point out features and give any amount of information, audio, anything right there. It's pretty good. And there were little 3D designs because it's the 3DS. Okay, clever. It seems this software had 30 hours of audio commentary. That's a lot. You could go to the museum for several days in a row and just like have it talk at you while you look at this stuff. Over 600 images and more than 400 3D reconstructions of like the art and the rooms and stuff. That's really cool. That is really cool. Here's the thing though. I remember when they revealed this, and they even, I forgot, they even did like a little direct for it. Like there was a little Louvre 3DS guide direct, and you know, this really was back in the day. You know, it's like it's Iwata, it's Miyamoto, it's these this period of time, like 3DS and Wii U, that really was like the peak of Nintendo like weirdness and cuteness, you know, of just like their silly little skits. And I don't know, it really was a very warm and nice time as far as all that went. So it's fun to look back on this because that's the thing, I forgot about it completely. I remember when this came out and I thought that was cool. I just would not have guessed that they were still using it. I don't like, is this common? Is this just an option? Like if I went last year or just any time and went, like, would I go and I would see everybody's walking around with 3DSs? Is that what I'd be like? What are you guys doing? Are you street passing? Like, what are you doing? Or is it like, as time has gone on, is like, oh, can I get one of the 3DSs? And like, oh, what? Oh yeah, we do have these. Oh, let me dust it off for you. I really have no idea. I'm just surprised that it's been a thing at all, because when the 3DS launched, smartphones were already a thing. You know, they were already pretty much taken over, but maybe like the adoption rate was still a little bit lower. Like Nintendo innovated a lot of stuff with the DS and maybe even the 3DS to a degree, but like since then, smartphones have really just become the standard. So I would have assumed that they would have just made a smartphone version of this. And that's what it sounds like they are going to do that. They're just saying they're going to replace it with something else. So like, yeah, sure. Like it'll be just an app you get on your phone. Like they wouldn't even need to like give out tablets or whatever. Like we literally all have phones now. So just make it an app. Yeah, I'm just really surprised it took them until 2025 to do it, to replace the Nintendo thing. I don't know, maybe they were just really proud of the work, you know? Maybe they're like, I don't know, we put so much work into it. We did so much. You know, that was however many years ago, like 12 years ago or something now. Maybe they just, I don't know, they didn't want to change it. They thought it was cool, you know? They just thought it was too cool. Whatever the case, though, it's finally going away. It is finally ending. And, it's a... Nah, I can't say it's a shame. I get it. I understand it too much. It's sort of a shame in a, like, nostalgic sort of way. I could definitely imagine being, like, a person who actually goes to the Louvre, having fond memories of this whole thing and the fact that it's all going to go away. If they are going to replace it with something else, are they going to replace it with something more or less similar? I mean, like, you could just recreate it for the phones. I mean, I imagine they could just use all of the old audio. Maybe the images, if they have, like, the original files. Obviously, they're not going to pull them from the 3DS version. I don't know. Like, they could just recreate it, but on the phone. You wouldn't have, like, the 3D models or whatever, but I don't know. It's not that important, right? I don't know. I don't know what their plan is. Maybe they're going to just revamp the entire thing for the modern age. Maybe they'll do it with lasers. Kids like lasers, right? Oh, man. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the... I'm watching the little direct. I don't think I ever watched the whole thing. That's so fun. It's just like Iwata and Miyamoto just like walking around with their 3DSs and looking at the art. That's so fun. That's so fun. I miss Iwata. This is great. Oh, and they have like little 3D models and like, oh, I like this. I like this a lot. It even like showed you where you were, like a little map to guide you. See, yeah, again, this is all stuff that can absolutely be done on the phone. Literally no reason why it can't not. So like, yeah. Yeah, there's no reason not to replace this, which is unfortunate, but whatever. This little direct is great though. This is really nice. Now I do have to wonder, as I'm sure plenty of other people have wondered, what are you gonna do with all those 3DSs? How many did they have? Again, I'm so curious. How many people were like using this? So, okay, someone watching this has like one of you has to have the info. One of you has to live in Paris or visit Paris. Has anyone been to the Louvre in the past 12, 13 years? Is this still a thing? Do people still use these? Does anyone work there? Happens to be watching this. How many are there? They're just like shelves filled with the boxes. Is it dozens? Is it hundreds? How many 3DSs you got, and what's gonna happen to them? Are they all just gonna get trashed? I hate the idea. I hate the idea of them just going to the dump or whatever. But I don't know. What are you gonna do? Scalp them? This is a collector's item. This is a Louvre guide 3DS, a 3DS that has lived its entire existence as a guide in a world famous museum. It's got to be worth something, right? That's an interesting little piece of gaming history. And like, how worn out are these things? maybe they have to replace all this just because like these things have been in use for so long. They're just getting all worn out, been used by too many people. They're down to like their last one and the circle pad stick is fallen off and they're like, all right, we don't want to repair this stuff. They closed down all the repair centers. It could just be that. There aren't any more parts anymore. They don't repair anybody's 3DS anymore. So they have to move on.